Hello, this is Hector Vladimir. Today is the 14th of August, 2024. To make a quick observation on the Jonbenet Ramsey case, and the observation is about the behavior of the Ramsey parents, John and Patty Ramsey, after discovering the ransom note and discovering that Jonbenet was missing. The behavior, I'm talking about the specific one. There are many, but the specific one I am focusing on and commenting on this episode is that of being not worried about their son Burke and not worried about their own safety in the house. It seems
like they were not
worried one bit that there is a possibility that there is a person, a criminal, still in the house. They acted as if they knew there was
no intruder in the house.
And at finding a ransom note and one of your two children is missing, it must, in a reasonable person, trigger the idea that
any possible intruder
was caught off guard and the person may still be there, or could even be more than one person. At reading the first lines of such note, any reasonable person should stop, even before finishing the note. Stop and look around and perhaps think. I believe this to be natural, very logical, and something that would naturally follow for you to think that you're vulnerable, you're wide open, you have been invaded, people have access to the safest place for you, your home. They have broken in, so they obviously had access to come in somehow, whether it was either breaking in or coming in through a door or window, through a door, opening it, whether it's with the key or breaking into it, picking the lock. Whatever the means, you have been at that point. You must realize, after reading at least part of the note, you must naturally realize that you have been broken into, and there must be a chance that the person or persons are still in your home, or at least still have access to your home. In my observation, what I want to bring up is that
the Ramsey parents,
seemingly, according to their own account, behavior, actions of the time, seemingly didn't even
worry much about
their other child, Burke Ramsey. They just may have checked maybe once
in the first few hours after finding the note.
And however, almost the entirety of the first few hours of this ordeal, they claimed that Burke was in his room, sound asleep. And this seems so unnatural, so counterintuitive, that parents with one child unaccounted for, and they are going crazy about where that child may be, acted as if they were not worried about anybody being in Burke's room or in the house, hiding in a closet, under a bed somewhere, in some sort of room, cornered. There could have been someone lethally armed, ready to kill. I mean, they broke into a house. Someone with that kind of malice and daring attitude and fearless attitude, I mean, they are ready to kill and die, most likely than not. And at the realization that your child has been taken, or at least is missing, two things must follow. Fear for your life, for your safety within the house, and then you must fear for your child, the child that is still in his room. So immediately you would act as if you need to protect the child that is still in the house. So naturally, I believe, if there is no guilt, there is no knowledge of what it is going on, they would automatically and very, very fast bunker up together in a room, all three of them together, and from there perhaps call the police and have the police basically clear the house, make sure the house is clear of any assailant, criminal, killer, and only then exit that room and perhaps relax a bit and find out what steps to take and what really went on. But the way the parents acted, the Ramseys, they called friends. There is a bit of fuzziness and misunderstanding whether they called their friends before the 911 call or after. there's a bit of confusion there. I have seen a timeline where it says that Patsy Ramsey called the family friends first. Other reports say that she called them briefly after calling 911. But having friends over and people running around the house and walking around without any care or without any concern about anyone still being in the house is just unnatural. I believe it to be a sign or an indication that they were comfortable and they were very confident that
no intruder
was in the house. And how can you be so comfortable and confident that there's
no intruder
in the house if you believe you are indeed innocent and there is no way anyone in the house could have committed this crime? And the only way that this crime could have been committed was that someone actually broke in. How can you be so comfortable and confident that no one, still has access to the house, and two, that no one is still in the house hidden away somewhere, ready to kill?
I believe
this fear was not evident, was not picked up by police that were in the house. This was not picked up by investigators. This was not picked up by later investigations that basically looked at the behavior patterns, the whereabouts of the parents, and the happenings of the early hours before the body was found. Yes, John Ramsey did attempt to prepare the flight to Atlanta and leave. However,
I believe
he did not say that it was because he feared for the life of his child or the lives of his family. He obviously did not fear for this because he wasn't checking up on his child. He didn't go to his child's room, woke him up immediately and make sure that he was safe and brought him together with them. Didn't lose sight of him. No, the child, Burke Ramsey, he remained in his room for hours on end. This is an indication that they were very confident that one, no one was still in the house, and two, that no one had actually broken into the house. Because also the early questioning of what went on, John Ramsey himself said that just about every door in the house was locked. And also when somebody brought up the broken window, he immediately admitted that he was the one that broke the window without hesitation, as if he was trying to stamp out any kind of possibility that someone actually did break into the house. Only later did they, and John Ramsey specifically, began to change a bit on their view and on their confidence about someone having broken in. And I believe the idea that they came up with is that someone with a key went into the house, opened the door, and went into the house before they arrived home that night. So that was my observation there, that they seemed to be not concerned at all about their safety and the safety of their child on the first hours of finding that Jonbenet was missing, and even after they discovered her body. Thank you very much.